We are Suzie and Rolls. That's short for Roland, by the way.
Enchanté.
Follow our lives renovating a 15th century chateau and citadel. Together with our rescue fur babies, Big Baxter, Mad Max and little Lexi, our beaver.
As it's now spring, we want to get everything prepared for the summer, and that includes tidying things up. So this pile of rocks here has sort of been dumped here really, and where we are, there's our gate. We've basically accumulated all this stone through various holes that we've been digging over the last year, but it's looking a bit unsightly, so need to find a home for it. Now the real small stuff can go in here, which is going to be a parking space for my van. It's nicely tucked out of the way. We just need to build it up a little bit more before we gravel over that, and then that's okay as a parking space. And the rest of this has got to go around the back of the house for a future project. So that's today's task. Reduce this down to nothing. Okay, well that's tidied that up. Well worth doing. Took me a little bit longer because there was only so many stones I could get in the trolley before it became a bit too heavy. But anyway, it's done now. So that's levelled that off. I'll just move back. Ignore all the detritus that's in the barn itself. I'll get to that. Just wanted to smooth this off so we don't have so many rubble piles hanging around everywhere. These stones here, they all came, or most of them came off this little retaining wall here. They were a bit loose, and so we actually decided to take them off, and what I'll do is I'll clean that up and get some mortar and stick them back on, and then we can backfill. And that's where my van will park. And it'll just be tucked away in the corner, out of the way. And the reason for that is because whenever I want to take a photo or a picture of the place, that's what you end up with. It has spoilt many a photo opportunity. So we want the van out of the way, and this corner is the obvious place to put it, tucked out of the way. We may eventually move into here and park the vehicles in here out of the sun and whatever, but as you can see, there's not much chance of that right now. That's our wood pile. I think we've shown you that in one video. our third wagon wheel. We have 3. Here are the other 2. No jokes about Del Boy, please. Del Boy Trotter. And for those of you who aren't British, you'll have to Google only fools and horses. We do have the 4th wheel, but it is literally buried, but I'll have to show you that another time. Anyway, that's that done for now. Dogs sniffing away as they do. As soon as you disturb any land or stones or rocks or anything, they're in there. Hello, you find me in a car park in Poitiers. Poitiers is the largest, nearest city to us. It's about an hour and 15 away. I'm just about to go into the supermarket, but don't worry, man in supermarket's not very vlog worthy, so don't worry, I'm not going to hit you with that one. The reason we're in Poitiers is I've just dropped Suzie off for a regular appointment that she has every Friday. At the hospital, sadly. We've thought long and hard about this because we feel we need to tell you, not for any other reason, we just want to get it out the way, really, and then move on. But Suzie became ill last October, and kind of very, very, very long story short, she was admitted to hospital where she stayed for 7 weeks, and she was in a very, very poor condition. And if I'm honest, I didn't even think she was ever coming out. It was that bad. She lost a lot of weight, lost a lot of muscle. She wasn't eating. Anyway, they diagnosed her with a recurrence of her breast cancer. She had breast cancer in 2013 in the UK, which was successfully treated. They said she was all clear, but sadly it's come back. But it didn't come back in the breast, ironically. She's got lesions on her liver, stomach, and bones. It's not curable, but it's treatable. The French healthcare system is renowned in the world. It's one of the best in the world. And the hospital here at Poitiers is one of the best hospitals in France. It's a university hospital. And if you've trained to be in the medical profession in France, the chances are you went to Poitiers University Hospital. So we're in one of the best healthcare systems in the world and one of the best hospitals in the best healthcare system in the world. And we can't ask for more than that. Can't ask for more than that at all. Suzie is today having chemotherapy number 18. We think she's got 24. The reason we're mentioning it is because going forward, the summer's coming, we're going to be down to t-shirts and things. She's wearing scarves and hats now, which you can get away with in winter and spring, but people will start asking questions and starting to wonder why she's wearing hats and whatever. Hasn't lost her hair, but it's really thin compared to what it was, and if you see the early vlogs, you'll see what a beautiful head of hair she's always had. She lost all her hair in 2013. She's thinned a lot now, which is why she's wearing her hat and scarves. And we just want to move on from it. We don't want it to become an issue, so get it out of the way now, let you know. Because we're going forward, looking forward positively. And it's been tough. The last 5 months have been very, very tough on us. When Suzie came home from hospital, I effectively became her full-time carer, and for 2 months we lived in our Gran salon. She couldn't get upstairs, so I had to put a bed down in the Gran salon. And bless her, she had this little Zimmer frame on wheels, and she would do little circuits around the sofa to try and get some exercise and build her strength up. And she started by doing 2 or 3 circuits, and then couple of days later 3 or 4 circuits, and then 5 or 6, and she's built up her strength that way. Middle of February we managed to get her upstairs. She got upstairs on her own, and so we moved back upstairs into our bedroom and started getting some normality back in our life. So the reason we're telling you this is because we've only been here just over a year, and we actually lost 5 months of that. So a lot of the footage that you've been watching is old footage combined with some current stuff. But of course we've done very little in the last 5 months, renovations or anything really. But in the last few weeks we've been doing more, and she's been building her strength up. She's been doing a lot of weeding, as you've seen. That's current footage. And she's been trimming branches and stuff like that. But she is limited because of the bone problem. She can't lift heavy weights. She's been treated with calcium injections for bones, so that's going to improve. So things have got a bit slow for us, renovation wise and work wise, but we're doing more and more now. We're getting largely back to normal, but we just want to get it out of the way so people don't need to ask questions or anything like that. We're not after sympathy, or we don't want anything. We just want to move on. We've got lots to show you, lots of discoveries that you haven't seen yet, we haven't shown you yet, and lots of renovations and lots of stuff to do with our lifestyle and everything like that. It's not gonna be the channel of doom. We're not going to mention it again, but just to get it out there so you know the situation. That's it. And so normally on a Friday I drop her off at the hospital, do the weekly shop, and then I've usually hanging around for a couple of hours, and then I go and pick her up. And she's been really, really good through the chemo, really has. It's not really stopped her much. Occasionally she gets tired. But anyway, today I can go straight home after the supermarket because her sisters are flying in for a few days, and they're flying into Poitiers, hiring a car, so they're actually picking her up and bringing her home. So that saves me hanging around. So yeah, anyway, we'll get on with the rest of the vlog. I'm sure you'll want to send some comments, and you're lovely people, you really are. We've been overwhelmed with the lovely comments we get. But that's it, we're moving on now. So positivity. Here we go. On with this vlog. Well, that's the shopping done. But I might have lied to you. There was something worth filming. If you've just started a healthy food regime, you might want to look away now. Couldn't resist. But don't worry, bought one for Suzie as well. 2 jobs we're going to do today in this area. This cable here, this reel here, we have to find a path behind the Virginia creeper where it will meet that one, and then it will go around the corner to a satellite dish. The satellite dish is going to be temporary. We're getting fibre being laid at the moment, but it's going to be a couple of years away. So we're going to put the satellite dish up for temporary. And the second job is this ivy. Whilst I'm here, I might as well get rid of this ivy. that didn't take long. There wasn't too much on there. We spent a lot of time last year after moving in getting rid of a lot of the ivy. It's so destructive. And wherever we see damage, there's usually been ivy there. And just before anybody mentions it, we know it's a white cable against the grey building, but it's only temporary for a couple of years or so until we get the fibre broadband in the village. So, you know, we may put some grey conduit over it, or we may just get some grey paint, but half it will be covered all summer anyway with the Virginia creeper. So one way or the other, we'll sort it or we'll live with it. It's not a major problem. Hmm.
I like the mainland here.
Hello? Hello? Aren't you lovely?
How are you getting on?
Yeah, fine. Last pile of leaves, I think. I hope.
Well,
Get rid of those.
I've just found something really interesting. Do you want to come and have a look?
Good interesting or bad interesting?
Good.
Good interesting. I'm right with you. Come on.
I've just planted this bottle brush here, and I found some more stones under there, so I've dug it out. Another pathway, but I don't know how far round it goes because...
That is interesting. Now, for those of you who watched one of our earlier episodes, forget which one it was now, I think it might have been episode 3, you'll have seen us digging up and discovering this path to the bread oven. And we often wondered whether there was another path around the bread oven. So what you're telling me, you've just found it.
Yeah, I don't know how far it goes though.
No. So, does it go around
could
the
go
path
right round.
and then all the way up to that, what was the dog run?
Yeah.
How interesting. And you dug all that up. Well done. That's perfect. So, basically, you want me to dig it out now, don't you?
I think that's for another video.
I think that's for another vlog because I think we're out of time on this one. So, okay, well that's going to be coming up at some point in the future. Stay tuned. But right now, bye. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Wednesday, midweek at the Citadel.
Bye.
Bye.
Enchanté.